Hello, everyone. This is Money Mom. Things I'm just not willing to spend money on anymore. Let's get right into it. And boy, do I have a lot to say today. Let me know if any of you guys think that services and products are way overpriced and it's just not worth spending money on it. And it's just really, if you can live without it, I'd rather not spend the money. Can I get a hello? I'm going to go over some ideas and some examples of a few of these things. There's one thing I'm not willing to spend money on anymore, and it's going to really surprise you. And I'm going to get into that in a moment. The first thing that I came up with is most restaurant eating. Now, this list I'm going to go over, guys. It doesn't mean that I'm not willing to spend money on it, but it's going to be very sparingly and not that often. Number one, going out to eat. I think going out to eat can be great, but right now I used to be able to go out to eat for lunch for $25, maybe 30 with tip, but now you're looking at close to 50 bucks. I can think of so many meals that I can make for that. Doesn't mean I'll never do it, but going out to eat would be number one. Number two, and I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about this today. Many of the fairs that are out there or festivals. Reason why? A lot of them charge for parking and the products there are way overpriced. Let me ask you this. Would you spend $6 on a hot dog? Recently, I had a friend of mine. She went to a fall festival. She said there was barely anything there. It was just a few pumpkins. They were charging $5 to park, $6 for hot dogs. I'd rather stay at home and read a book. Let me know if any of you agree. In my life, I'm close to 58 years old. I've done tons of fairs, tons of festivals, and it's not like they change. If they had something new each year, I might be enticed to go, but a lot of times it's the same things every year. And so I've already experienced them. That's just kind of how I feel. I just don't feel like spending money on this. And by the way, these are my opinions, my points of view. If you disagree on it and you find value in it, that's all that matters. So these are just some things I put down plays and movies. A lot of the plays recently that I've gone to really haven't been that good. And also movies. Most movies to me, and actually most books, I would give it a C. They're very mediocre. They're not really worth spending money on. That's why I use the Libby app. Now, if I do read something off Libby that I absolutely love and I want to use it as a resource book, for example, the Tightwad Gazette series, I will purchase those as resource books to keep. But most of the time I don't. Most movies, I have Netflix, they're very forgettable. Most TV shows, there's some things I do enjoy, but not enough to go spend a lot of money for. I feel the same way about clothing. Recently, I wanted to buy a cardigan sweater. It was there was one on sale that I finally bought. But before that, I kept looking and they were like $80 to $120 for a cardigan sweater. I'm not spending that. So there's just things that I'll go without. Now, do I have money to buy these items? Yes, I do. I could spend $120 on a cardigan sweater. This is my point for all of this. I don't mind spending the money. It's, am I getting value for the money spent? Can I go away after seeing that play, watching that movie, eating that meal, going to that fair saying, wow, that was really worth the money? Most of the time, it's really not. And I'm going to give you another example. Let's say you have a choice of two internet companies. One charges you $40, one charges you $80. Many frugal people were going to go for the $40 one. I wouldn't necessarily do that. If the $80 one, I don't have to wait on hold as long. They have great customer service. I get faster speed and I can always get somebody on hold and they don't have outages very much. But the $40 one, I am going to not have as good a customer service. I'm going to have to wait on hold more. I'm going to go for the $80 one. So it's about the value of what I'm paying. Another thing, and this one's going to really shock you. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying I would never spend money on any of these things. I'm just going to do it very rarely on a lot of these things. Produce. The reason why is I recently bought some apples and I bit into the apple and it had no flavor at all. I do much better buying frozen produce, so I'm going to stick to that. And I'm going to also stick to buying my little salad kits because I like them. We use them. There's no waste. One of the apples I ended up throwing away just because it was terrible. It was mealy. It was mushy inside. The other one I returned to the store. So that's something else that I'm going to be buying very sparingly because lately when I've been buying produce, yes, I try to buy it in season. I have not found it to have any flavor at all. So these are just some of the items I wrote down. I think many of the products that I see out there that are just not worth the price whatsoever. And it's just especially trending products. So if I buy something, I a lot of times wait till it goes on clearance or sale. And I will buy things, but it just has to be worth it. And I'm keeping record of what I love, what our family's using, and if it is worth the money we're spending. I'm just being much more careful with the dollars I spend so that we have less waste and that we love the things we're buying. And there's just some things right now I'm just going without. I know I could come up with a lot more list. I wrote down a lot of things here, but I think I pretty much told you guys everything on the list. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me some things in your life that you're just not spending money on right now. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What are some things you used to do that you're doing maybe sometimes or not very often, or you're just not doing at all because you don't feel the money being spent? You're not getting good value for the money spent. I want to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. I love you. I appreciate you. And like always, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.